She started her career as a linguist, but after being hit by life struggles, she turned to comedy. And after quickly gaining an impressive social media following, she now regularly performs stand-ups, writes, produces comedy sketches. Megan Jeffrey, welcome.
Thank you so much.
What don't you do?
I don't cook. I don't like to cook.
Oh, you don't cook? Okay. All right. Well, you know, being a comedian, I've seen your following on social media. You do have a large following, and you're pretty funny. What got you into comedy?
I didn't realize that I was always doing comedy. I think this is very common for any comedian, is that this is just who we are. And I put it on camera January 2021. And it was after many promptings of like, oh my God, you need to put your impressions online, oh God, oh God. I was like, no way. I went to school for a long time. I'm a professional. Like, I don't want to be an internet star. And the pandemic happened. I wasn't working, and it happened. And everybody just kept asking me, you know, when's your next show? Where can we come see you perform? And they would come up and stop me in Target and stuff and be like, oh my God, can I get a picture with you? And I'd be like, who are these people thinking I am? You know, and so it happened organically, and I resisted it for a very long time until I finally said, okay, I give up if this was what you want me to do. So that's how it all started. You
surrendered.
I surrendered,
And you know what? I'm glad you did. You're a local girl, aren't you?
I am.
Baltimore.
I'm from East Baltimore, yep.
Yes, okay, so, all right, so I gotta ask, you know, when you look at your videos, you don't expect the accent that you make your jokes in. You have a Caribbean accent, a Trinidad and Tobago accent. This girl here has a Trinidadian accent. Now, my family is from Trinidad, and you have a better accent than I do. Granted, I was born here and raised here, but yeah, where'd you get that from?
Well, I have to say, first of all, like, for anybody watching, that is not my accent. I do impressions of many different accents. The Trinidad thing, that in particular, where that comes from is, I've just been around Trinidadians for a very long time. I mean, I was very young when I was first introduced to Trinidad, and then I ended up joining a Trinidadian family for a number of years and have 3 half-Trini kids. And for me, as somebody who speaks Mandarin and a little bit of Russian, Tagalog, you know, any kind of language is very attractive to me. And so I already speak English, so being around a Trinidadian English dialect, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to pick it up. And so that's really how. I didn't mean for it to happen, but my brain just like sucks up different things about people.
Yeah, and what are the responses that you get from, well, I know that you do different accents, correct?
Yes.
So what are the responses that you get from the different cultures?
It's been really, really warm, because what I like to do when I do any accent is, first of all, I'm very aware of my position as a white woman doing a majority brown accent. And so I always try and make sure that I am a guest in this space, and I be very, very respectful. I only portray cultures in the highest light. I think a lot of comedians tend to pick on stereotypes and go hard, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do the opposite. So yeah.
Okay, and so I have to ask now, I'm just so interested in the Caribbean part of your comedy
because
here.
You're from Trinidad.
Right, I'm from Trinidad, so I gotta ask, what is your favorite food? And you have to speak in your accent.
Okay, well, my favorite food is bus-up shot, or stewed chicken, macaroni pie with plenty gravy. Also love some palori.
All of that is so good, by the way.
And I didn't answer your question, what's been the response? I've had a very overwhelmingly warm response. And
from Trinidadians?
From Trinidadians.
Trinidadians, you know, the culture is very warm, and just Caribbeans in general.
Yes.
Very warm, very welcoming.
Right, and I think what is different about many Caribbean nations, such as Trinidad, Jamaica, versus America, is we're a very diverse place, but we don't really know how to celebrate diversity as we should. And I think when we look at other cultures and nations, I mean, it's in their very, I don't know what you call it, their motto. You know, the Trinidadian motto, the Jamaican motto. I think I'm going to mess it up, so please don't kill me, all of you guys. But like, I think Jamaica's is out of many, out of one, there's, I'm sorry, but you guys know what I'm saying. You know,
and we got a lot of Jamaicans here in this area too. So you better get it right.
But you know, it's the thing is, the Caribbean knows how to celebrate the oneness of humanity and not just tout it. We like to tout it. We don't really know how to do it properly, and I think we could really learn from a lot of the Caribbean nations that actually celebrate these different cultures. If you go to Trinidad, like you know, everybody celebrates all of the cultures of all of the different religions and all the different cultures, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Well, I appreciate your comedy and what you do, and you know, the culture that you bring out, and you help share everyone's culture with the rest of the world. You know, lastly, look, we want to see a show. We want to watch your skits. How could we do that? What's next for you? Where can we find you?
First of all, you guys can find me all over social media, same tag, Rhythm is my right, all underscores in between. And you can also just go to my website, meganjeffrey.com. And I'm around. You know, you might go to Target. I might be there. So, you know.
Shows? Can I get a
the
ticket?
shows, yes. Of course you can. I'll be going on tour, actually, with a very, very funny Jamaican comedian by the name of Dale Elliott. We'll be going on tour in the fall. And so you'll be able to see us in D.C., also in Baltimore, also in Philly. And then he's got a number of other stops as well.
Well, I hope I can make one of those shows. Megan Jeffrey, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.